live just so that it makes it easier on us that we're
And Colleen,
yeah.
what is the broadcast date for this one?
It's Wednesday, the 22nd
Okay.
at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Cool. Awesome. Great.
So hello to all of our listeners out there on Facebook. We're getting ready to get started. I have some wonderful guests with us today. We have Tiffany Hall with Empower Cocktails. I have Jessie with us and Tessa, who is joining. And Jessie and Tessa are with Ameti Luggage. It's a luxury women's line luggage made for women from women. I love it. And Patty is joining me today as well. Ooh, I hear you, girl.
Okay, good. Sorry.
Yeah. If you want to make it easy, plug your earphones into your phone, and that might be easier for you just to set your phone down and make
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
for
cool.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, it's totally fine. We're getting ready to start right now. So it'll be a little different. Like I said today, Tiffany, and you just joined as well. We don't have to do our 2-minute breaks today. So what makes that beautiful is that we can just jump right in and we can not have to do the 2-minute breaks and we can jump in and just start interviewing and things will roll a little bit quicker today, hopefully.
So we're still doing the standard 2 breaks, right? At 20 and 40.
Are.
Awesome. Perfect. Right on.
Yeah, we are.
Awesome.
So you just start counting. If you want to count me down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll see
yeah.
that in the chat. Sweet.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I am ready whenever y'all are ready. So just let me know and we can fire off.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yep, no problem.
Just gonna go over and make sure we are live. So all of you out there on Facebook today get a special treat because we're going live just so you can see the video. But this actual video is not going to, or the actual radio show is not going to be live for anybody in Voice America until Wednesday. So Wednesday is when, on the 22nd is when they get to hear the show. So you guys get a special treat today. We'll put all the information out there today. And so we'll get some traffic today, and I'm sure we'll get a lot more traffic on Wednesday as well once it actually goes live. So are you guys all ready to start? Everybody good?
Yes. Great.
Okay, great. Awesome.
All righty.
All right, let's get started.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi there, and welcome listeners to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I am your host, Colleen Biggs, and I have a special co-host with me today, Patty Troisi. Patty, please say hi to our guests today.
Hey guys, so great to see you today.
So just to help you understand why Patty's with me, what we do with Lead Up for Women is, as you're a VIP member of Lead Up for Women, there are so many opportunities that you have to be able to promote yourself and promote your events and happenings that you have going on. It just so happens over the next month, Patty has a very special content creation show that she put together. And so this was the perfect time for us to have her on the air with us as a co-host so she could talk a little bit about how her content creation show, and it's about creating magnetic video content. Patty, speak a little bit to that, and let's give you the floor so you can promote what event you're working on right now.
Oh, Colleen, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
First of all, I love this platform. I love you, you know that. So we put together a collaboration, which Colleen was a part of, and we collaborated with experts who are out in the virtual arena creating amazing magnetic content that really reaches through the lens and into the heart of your audience. And it's perfectly free for 2 days. So you guys can jump on www.contentcreationshow.com and get all the information you need, and we'll pop in your inbox and send you these videos for 20 days. It's pretty amazing. So.
Yes, that is awesome. Thank you, Patty, so much for sharing that. We'll also put that out there in our comment section on Facebook. So all of you that are listening to our show today on Wednesday, please be sure to go out to our Lead Up for Women Facebook page. You'll be able to catch that video and see all of the guests that we have today. And Patty will put that information in the comment section as well. It really is a great opportunity for you to learn more about being in front of the camera, how to get your content, like you said, through the lens to the heart. She's she's an expert at this because why, Patty? You've been an actress, right?
Yeah, for over 20 years. And I just decided to come out from under the rock and like share my skills and be generous with you guys and teach you what it means to really get your message out there. So
What shows have you been on that anyone listening would remember?
oh, I love comedy. I was on Selfie, which was on ABC, which was a super fun and show, and I do lots of commercials, and there's other projects in the works. So
That's awesome.
Holly.
Well, thank you for lending your time to us today and for us to be able to give you this platform to promote yourself. And we love it. And Patty's going to be with us all show. So she's going to be helping me with questions and making sure that we have all of the goodness from our guests that we have today. We also have Jessie and Tessa today with Ameti Luxury Luggage. Ladies, just say hi real quick.
Hi.
They have an amazing story, and everyone knows I'm a traveler. So to have luxury luggage actually made for women, it was like mind blowing when I met them. So they have had several ads in our magazine, and we promote them in our weekly newsletter every single week. We've had ads in there for them, and we are really huge supporters of, I am for sure, of traveling with luggage. It's actually made for a female. So great, right? And then we also have Tiffany Hall. And I forgot to mention, Tiffany is, she's an attorney, she's a lawyer, but she also started Empowered Cocktails, has an amazing story. Tiffany, please say hi to our guests or our listeners today.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having me today.
So great you are here. I didn't mention that Tiffany and Jessie are both having a baby in 2 weeks. And we just happen to have a show with both of them on here getting ready to give birth. And so this is a very busy time for them. So I am beyond grateful that you would take your time and lend that to us to be able to share your stories with our guests and all of our listeners today. So, you know, these are really powerful women that we have. And I love that they saw a gap. This is the main thing about today's show. They revealed and saw a gap in the industry of where there wasn't luggage that was specifically detailed and manufactured and designed for the way a woman travels, just as Tiffany saw a gap in the industry of how cocktails are made mainly with focus groups of men. And she'll talk a little bit about her story and more in that, and how they're designed and created and marketed to men. Yet women are the highest females are the highest consumers between males and females. So you would think in the industry, most companies would market to women since we spend the most money. I'm not really sure why that is, but we're the smart ones, and we're certainly learning very, very quickly how we need to be able to close the gap in that market and make sure that women also have those goods for themselves. So I want to jump in now quickly with them, and then toward the end of our show, we'll talk about all of the events that we have coming up with Lead Up for Women. But I'd like to start quickly with Tiffany first. And Tiffany, like I said, welcome to the show. And thank you for spending your time with us. I know you're super, super busy, but just in a short year or so since, a couple years since you had gotten your Empower Cocktails going, they were selected for the MTV Video Music Award gift bag for the nominees, presenters, and performers. Like, I think that's a pretty big accomplishment. I just wanted to throw that out there and let our listeners know how awesome it is that you create this cocktail and then it winds up being in a gift bag in an event that big so quickly. How did that happen?
So thank you. No, it was incredible feat for me. I couldn't have been more excited when it occurred. But look, I think it goes back to what you had mentioned earlier about fulfilling a gap out there and understanding and knowing that there was a need for a new product, and women being able to have a choice for more than one. Mm-hmm. So I think it was, wow, why did it take so long? So, MTV Video Music Awards was a great one, as Essence Music Festival in New Orleans, the same. And also more recently, Empower was a selected cocktail for the Global Music Festival this past summer in New York. So, I think it's just a matter of, one, people have really embraced the story
Mm-hmm.
of having a woman, female entrepreneur trying to start her own brand and saying, wow, very interesting. It took so long, right? Because it's something that I think a lot of people have enjoyed, appreciated, and also being great supporters of my goal to continue to grow the business.
Yeah, yeah. How did you so tell our listeners, I know your background, but tell our listeners a little bit about your background and why, why as an attorney and that you would now you're still an attorney, so you still practice, but why what brought you into creating this Empower Cocktail and being the CEO of that and bringing that to light? What is your history?
So I guess I kind of debunked the thought that lawyers are boring and risk averse. But, look, I started my career in marketing after college, and I worked at some of the largest global companies, from music to fine arts and technology. And I really took that experience and coupled it with my legal background to create a product that could be on the shelf. The alcohol beverage industry is incredibly regulated, and it really hasn't changed since Prohibition was repealed. So it was an opportunity, one, to show the creativity I had developed in the relationships and network I was able to amass while in the marketing world, and really put that together with my legal career to figure out how best to roll out and develop something that people could consume that was on the shelf. So really, this has been kind of the perfect manifestation of my career. Sometimes you don't know why certain choices come together or why you make certain choices for your career. But I really think mine was to do exactly this, which is to start a business that could use things and talents and interests of mine into one. And then to be able to do that for women, I couldn't have been more excited to do that for us. Because so often we're ignored. And to your point earlier, we often make the purchase decisions for our households, more so than men. So, the time, as far as I was concerned, was now.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
It really is. I love that women are stepping into to change and are stepping into designing and taking these risks and moving largely into industries that are well saturated already. That's the thing. And that's the beauty of what you did, is this industry is so saturated with opportunities for different types of alcohol. But, there's very few options. There's some options more now for wine, but there's very few options for women cocktails. And so I love that this Empower Cocktail. And tell us a little bit about what are the different types of cocktails that you have with your brand?
So the first one I debuted that's in stores now is the Empower Cosmopolitan, which is made from sweet potato vodka that's made on a farm in Northern California, on a farm that's been owned by a family for over 100 years, and really wanted to come up with a product that tasted good, that those could enjoy over days, weeks, and months with their friends and family. But my goal now is I'm working on a few more. So hopefully, I over the next several months, you'll see a few more cocktails from Empower. But, look, I started this business on my own, self-funded. So I wanted to make sure it was something that people, despite what everybody was telling me when I first had this idea that women didn't want this and it wouldn't be something that would take shape or really create traction, I wanted to make sure it would work, because I truly invested, obviously my money, my time, my energy. So I'm seeing the traction. So now I'm moving towards developing more.
Well, that's great. Thanks so much, Tiffany, for sharing that. Tell me, what's been one of the best moments with creating this brand? I know you mentioned it's been in several gift bags at some of the biggest radio festivals and events. But what for you really has been one of your biggest moments where you were just so satisfied with what you had created?
I really have to say it's been interactions with consumers. When I first started this product, I did a lot of consumer taste. I did all of them, quite frankly, on my own, in and out of wine and spirit stores. And people often didn't think it was mine. They thought I was working for someone else. And when I told them it was actually my brand, it gave people an opportunity to have a real conversation about their own dreams, particularly women. And they were so excited and couldn't be more willing to help support mine. But it gave them a sense of, I could do this too. And that's what I really wanted to become and realize a symbol for, that if I can start a business, and even though I've had, great experience and work experience, this was not done solely on my own. Like I said, I was able to amass a great network of people who were willing to help. So if I could be an example to other women who have dreams, hopes to show to their families, children, etc., I certainly wanted to be an example for that. So that's been really the highlight of this entire journey of showing people what's possible for them.
That's so great. And I have to tell you, Tiffany, that was so inspiring for me hearing you say that. And right at the same time, you were having this conversation. Patty, go ahead. And
so I'm curious, how did you really venture forth with your dream and still deal with the naysayers or the people who thought, this isn't going to work? You're such a powerhouse. So how did you power through those moments and those trying times and get it done?
Look, I think when you come up with an idea to start any business, you've got to have this unwavering focus and dedication. And I knew that there was a gap, and I knew there was an opportunity for this to be successful, just given my work in the alcohol spirits industry anyway. So it was me talking to a lot of men, quite frankly, who said women weren't interested in this. And if I were to let them guide my path, we would be in the same position today as we were. Right. So I just said, look, let me give this a try. And you know what? I said, if I fail at this, the only person who's going to know is me. Right? If I can't make it to the shelf, then that's fine. What I didn't want to happen is me being in a rocking chair at 85 or 90 and say, I always wanted to start this cocktail. I always wanted to start this brand. Right. And if I never gave myself a chance to do that, I knew it would be one of my biggest regrets. So I said, let me just see what happens. So here we are.
I love that. Yes. I'm over here cheering.
High five.
Crazy because, right when Patty was asking that question, you were almost answering everything that she was asking, because you do it for the consumers because of their feedback that they say, thank you for doing this. Thank you for starting that. And who on the phone can't relate to unwavering focus and dedication in your business. Right. And we're doing it for the consumer. Everything we do is for our consumer. So you are in great company today, Tiffany. We all believe in that. And thank you so much for sharing your vision with us on that, because it is so true. You have to have unwavering focus, and you just do it from your heart because you're thinking about the consumers and what they need. And then when they share how appreciative they are of what you did, and they're watching you and you're that example, that helps them get past their fears of failure and plants the seed for them now, because you've nurtured it enough to where they think I can do it too. So thank you so much for sharing that. We're going to pop out to break really quick. And then when we get back, Tiffany, I'd love for you to be able to share your information so everybody listening or watching can go ahead and follow you on social media and find your Empower Cocktails online and how they can connect with you. Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Stay close.
All clear. Just give me a second to save this and we'll do the next segment.
Sounds great. Thanks. How you doing over there, ladies? Isn't she amazing?
Good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. Tiffany, you're such a inspiration to so many women,
Oh, thank you.
I never would have thought of starting a cocktail company, but
no, it's the way you trusted your instincts and also your legal muscles really helped you get through.
Oh, thank you.
That,
Thanks
right?
so much.
And then to keep doing what you're doing pregnant,
Oh my goodness, but that's actually even more of a source of motivation, right? Because now I'm certainly a role model for someone even closer to me than
Yeah,
than before, right? So,
absolutely.
and to encourage them
Yeah.
to pursue their own dream, right?
Did you say you're having a boy or a girl?
Boy,
A boy.
boy.
Okay, that's awesome.
Oh, he's so lucky.
That's amazing.
He's so lucky to be with a mom who's such a self-empowered woman. So
Yeah, hoping to teach him the right way of thinking, right? That
Yeah.
Okay, I am
You know,
ready
the-
when you ladies are.
All right. Sounds great. Count us back in. We'll get
Alrighty.
rolling.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. I'm your host, Colleen Biggs, and I'm joined today by my beautiful co-host, Patty Tracy. Patty, say hi. And she's here with me, and it's so beautiful to have one of the members of Lead Up for Women on here to be able to share a little bit about her content creation show that she's working on and launching this week, and how special that is. So we're so happy you're joining us today, Patty. And we have been speaking with Tiffany. It's an amazing powerhouse attorney. Also, by the way, having a baby in 2 weeks, and she had created and was the founder of Empower Cocktails, and it's been in many huge large events as the gift bags. And she's been talking to us a lot about how it started and how she works with the sweet potato farm in South California for the vodka. And it's just an amazing story. And I want to thank you, Tiffany, for sharing that. And I know so many people out there are like, this is really great. Where do I find that cocktail? How do I buy it? Do I have to go online? Can I go into a store and buy it? Maybe you could share with our listeners how they can partake of this awesome cocktail.
Sure, happy to. So it can be found online at Empower Cocktails, EMPOWER, cocktails.com. Or if you live in 5 states in New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, it can be found in various stores there. And then please follow us on social media at Instagram at Empower Cocktails, as well as Twitter and Facebook, so you can keep up to what we are doing next. So thanks for that.
Sounds great, Tiffany. Thank you so much. And I didn't know, I thought maybe your time was short today. I wasn't sure how long you needed. You were able to be with us today, but if you could stay with us, that would be wonderful. We're going to move on to interviewing Jessie and Tessa. If you have to pop off, I totally understand. It was really awesome having you on the show today, but we'd love to be able to keep you and still have conversations with you if you're available.
Okay, thanks for having me.
Wonderful.
I'll be on. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to find out about Jessie and Tessa's luggage, because you're going to want to get some.
I want
We all want to get some.
Yes.
All right, Jessie and Tessa, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and chat with our listeners a little bit about you. Now, these are 2 young ladies. So I'm going to hop right to millennials. I'm just assuming because you're so beautiful and young. And I know Jessie's having her first baby, and Tessa's not. She's not pregnant that we know of. And Tessa, you're an angel investor as well. You're very passionate about women. Jessie, you've got a huge resume of companies that you've worked for, that you've honed in some skills, which was really what brought to light and the skills that you had to be able to apply to Ameti Luggage. So I would love for the 2 of you, and you can choose who goes first or how you do this. Tell us a little bit about your backgrounds quick and why Luggage?
Tessa,
Sure,
go.
Jessie, go. Do you want me to go first? Okay, so very quick on my background. Absolutely. So I basically started in fashion when I was very young. You would tend to imagine that was not such a long time ago, but it was actually. I started when I was 20 working, so that was 15 years ago. And I was really passionate about fashion, and I kind of went towards management due to opportunity and became a C-level in a hospitality company. Very short after that, I have a passion for developing people, leaders, women into high positions, and I nurtured my teams, and I loved really working towards like developing that business. So when I came in, it was kind of a small group, and by the time I left, they had 60 hotels and a good couple of millions in turnover, and that was such an exciting challenge for me to actually grow this business. And when I finished and we sold the company and I exited, I thought, well, I love entrepreneurship. There is no way I'm going to not start my own business now. And I also love still developing, helping women grow. And so I decided to enter into an angel investor group that is only women angel investor group called 37 Angels in New York. And with them, I kind of discover the ins and outs of being an investor. And it was very exciting, and I really liked kind of being part of this group and learning more about other women angel investors. While at the same time, Jesse and I started this company that's called Ameti, and I am basically handling more of the corporate side marketing and here in the U.S. to make sure the company grows in terms of sales and that the team grows with us as well.
And then Jesse's in Spain, right?
I am in Spain.
And Patty, by the way, Tessa's also in California.
Oh, hi,
So
Tess.
you guys might be right down the street from each other.
Exactly.
I love how technology brings us all in one place at one time.
Right?
So yeah, a little bit about me. I am the creative director and the co-founder of Ameti with Tessa. I have, as you said, Colleen, a very extensive background in fashion, both luxury and fast fashion. Starting maybe over 20 years ago, working my way up through luxury brands and then ending as the creative director for a brand within the Inditex group called Massimo Dutti. Both Tessa and I have been not only friends, but for a very long time, but also business travelers who traveled all the time nonstop. And so it didn't take us long to come to find this massive gap in the industry, being that there was no product for women who traveled as a business traveler. I mean, there was loads of product, for travelers in general, but not one of those brands were catering towards women. So that was really our muscle into why we started this brand, and our backgrounds, mine being fashion, provided me the ability to start, from the creative part of the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also traveling, right, Jesse? So living the life where we're traveling with luggage that has a place for a man's blazer and a suit coat, and their shoes fit really good and slide in there. And then they have I don't know. I just keep thinking of all the luggage I have and how much I've had to hand off to my children and get rid of because I'm like, this doesn't work for me. Right. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, you get to a place where you don't identify with your luggage, everything is really either monotone or it's for someone else, but it's definitely not for the businesswoman traveler.
Mm-hmm. And tell me, this is great. I love what you're talking about. So tell me a little bit about your luggage. I'd love our listeners to learn more about your luggage, and you already said why. So explain to us what the features of some, what you brought into this, having with both of your backgrounds. What did you bring into this and knowing that you wanted to include?
Yeah, so I would say the first very important part of why we created Ameti is that, I don't know if you know, but there's half of the business travelers today are actually women. And for a very long time, it wasn't the case, right? You have to remember, even 15 years ago, women did not travel so much for work. They didn't have to. And it was really a men's place. And it's kind of a new thing that came out kind of those last 10 years that brought all those women to travel for business. And we were both really in that sector, meaning we were both traveling so much for our work. And the essence of the brand is to help women travel better throughout both products and community. And we do that with really the woman in mind at every step of the way with all the details. And Jesse's going to tell you about how we build our products. And she's she's been doing like extensive, like great ideas and research about this, but really like keeping in mind, like how are we going to make those women travel better when they're traveling for business, whether it's throughout advice and tips and guided solution and or throughout great product.
Totally.
Yeah, go ahead, Jessie.
We have this joke that we provide a two-sided solution, and so one of the sides are products, and one of the great things that we love and are really big fans of is our luggage. And right now our luggage is our gateway product, so we really feel like it does represent our brand in so many ways, not just because it's aesthetically beautiful and in a fabulous feminine color, but because it offers you the ability to track your luggage if it's lost on your iPhone or your smartphone, sorry, and or weigh your luggage from your phone. So there's two attributes to this product that right now is very extremely hard to find, and hopefully will solve a lot of women's problems. With that being said, completely. I mean, the idea is that Pegasus, our luggage, will solve women's problems. And this is just the gateway product, and we have so many more ideas and how we will combine that into the community. But Pegasus is our girl, and we think she's going to go very far.
Yeah, I think, man. So not only are you giving the luxuries, right? So I would say the technical side. So you're bringing in the digital age and new, way. I carry like a scale thing that connects to my luggage that I throw in my luggage, and that's how I weigh my luggage. When I go places, I certainly am not using my phone, and I'm certainly not using my phone for tracking my luggage either. So that's something that is, especially if you're having luggage that you're not able to bring on with you, and you're checking your luggage and making sure that you know where your luggage is. I believe I remember even talking with you, and you talked a little bit about how you would have a connection for women for a community where they were traveling, so they could connect with other women in the community, because most of us travel alone. We're not always traveling with a partner. And that's crucial. I think when we were having a conversation, I said, I don't know how many times I've sat at restaurants by myself and ate on a business trip, or whatever it may be, and how nice it would be to connect with other women that were traveling as well, and just connect with them. How does the community work?
Tessa, do you want to answer?
Actually, so when we started Ameti, we thought if we are going to solve the women who travel for business problem, and we're going to help them really travel better, it's not going to come to life only while offering a new product that is digitally connected and practical and beautiful and fashionable. It also needs to come through thinking about the actual travel journey of that woman. What is she experiencing throughout her business travel? So where does she need our help for real, right? And so we really thought, well, okay, we can create this platform where women can start sharing their travel experience, and we can help them travel better throughout the things that could make a difference. For example, we were talking about this, Colleen, the first time we spoke, was, okay, how many times did you have to go have dinner on your own on a business trip? And there's so many places that you really want to go and have dinner on your own. And if you had a friend who knew the perfect places, and if your friend tomorrow was Ameti, she could tell you where to go when you're going on your next business trip to New York. And she could also tell you, well, you're another 20 people of our community, another 20 women that are also going to be in New York on that day on a business trip. And so this idea of like connecting women with how are we going to help you travel better, feel safer, feel happier, and feel healthier when you're actually on your business travel is the driven aspect of this community.
Yeah. I love that. I love that side of the business. I love the dynamics of how you're creating more than just luggage, but you're creating a community. And I think it's important when you travel to not always be alone. You know, more and more women are in business development. And Patty, you just made a comment. You can go ahead and say that if you'd like.
I'm busting at the seams over here because I'm just blown away at how amazing women are, and that you ladies even thought, like the fact that you thought about that and you thought about the integration of community and how getting women out there and feeling supported and safe and loved. And it's undeniably something I want to own. I want to know, like, I love my luggage and I like to simplify my life, and I love that it's beautiful as well. So home run.
I can say that I don't love my luggage right now at all, but I
Well,
love their luggage, and I've been wanting to get my hands on it forever. And yes, because I want to be that woman, because I travel so often that people are like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get that?" Right? Because people are always walking up to you and they'll say, "I love your handbag. Where did you get that?" And they have handbags and they have it's all types of pieces that are out there. And when we'll go ahead and run to a quick break. And when we get back from break, I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about the types of pieces that you have, the fashionable pieces that you have for women, where they can find them, how they can go online to get them, and then maybe any events that you have coming up where you're promoting your products. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then, of course, we have a special lead up for women discount for anybody who is interested in ordering luggage, the perks of being part of our community. So we will be right back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
All clear.
Okay, perfect. So we'll wait for him to save that. And I have my video popped off on my phone, so I have no idea what's happened on Facebook. Most of my listeners are used to us going live on Wednesday. But what I'll do is I'll boost the video, then we'll reach another couple thousand people. And then when it goes out again on Wednesday and social media reminds them, then we'll be able to repost the video again. So, which will be really an awesome opportunity. So just make sure you get all your details in the comments section.
All right. I'm ready when you are ready.
Okay, let's bring it on back. This is moving quick today, ladies.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome back to Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up. You are listening to your host, Colleen Biggs, and I am joined by Patty Trosi, my beautiful co-host today. And she is with us. You guys, as you're listening on the radio, if you could just see her, you would agree with me, right, ladies? I'm telling you. So adorable. Like a beautiful redhead. And no wonder why she's on camera all the time, right? And so we're talking about women. Today is all about women luxuries, women products and entrepreneurs that close the gap in the industry where they saw a need, jump on it when we see a need, right? And you're really trailblazing and being a pioneer in this industry, because I don't know of another luggage that I have been promoted to or attracted to that's a female luxury luggage. So talk to our listeners, Jesse and Tessa, a little bit about what types of pieces you've created and what's available for them if they wanted to go order those now.
Sure. Thanks, Colleen. So basically, right now, Ametti's assortment ranges from our Italian leather goods, which are more of a luxury price point. They consist of leather handbags, leather wallets, leather fanny packs, perfect travel items that really do work well with our luggage. In addition, we have vanity bags, shoppers, and luggage cubes that help you organize your luggage. So everything more or less works together in a complete package and a complete look. The idea is that you don't have to compromise your style when you're traveling. And that's kind of a big goal that we want to make sure that we express to our women, that they don't have to just buy what's out there. They can look good when they travel. Right now, our items can be found online at ametti.us, which is our online store. In addition to the products, they can find our tips and our guides as well. I don't know, Tess, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, yeah, I would say also the way like the products were designed are very versatile in the sense that we fully think about the traveler, and we really think about when is she going to need every product that we design and how she's going to use it. And one of the things that I really like, for example, is that our vanity bag is kind of so cute that if you are going on a business trip, you know, you have an evening out or a day off, and you're going to want to have a smaller bag with you. You probably have your work bag that you're going with, which is your shopper. So you don't want to go around the city with that when you're going out or things like this. And we kind of designed, like, for example, our vanity to be able to be transformed into your evening bag, so you can just like empty it and use it for the evening, and it's cute enough. So it's also this idea that we want to try to solve your packing issues. Like, it's such a problem to know what to pack at what time. And when it's winter, it's even worse because one sweater takes half of your luggage already. And
Amen,
so, you know, this whole idea, right? Like this whole idea that basically like women want to not compromise on style, exactly what Jessie said. And on top of this, we're thinking about you at every moment. So it's so easy for you to just switch styles between the products that you have from Ameti.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to spell Ameti for everyone, because you had talked about the website, and it's AMETTI.US, so that everyone's available and making sure that they can find that online. And I don't know about you, Patty, but when I travel, she just talked about it being interchangeable. It's important, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, like to know that, gosh, just have all those needs taken care of. And that when you're rushing around, you could just grab that cute little bag and just have your lipstick and your phone or whatever you need and just run out the door, and it's all taken care of.
And not have to pack another bag.
Yeah.
You know, when you're traveling, which is generally what we have to do. We have like 3 different purses packed. And
my biggest issue is actually unpacking. I hate unpacking for a business trip when I have 2 days, right? So actually the cubes are kind of my go-to product that I always put in my luggage, because I don't unpack my packing cubes because my clothes are looking all nice and perfectly folded in there, and I just take the cubes out and that's it, you know, which is like another one of those things that makes a big difference. So things like that, little details.
Especially if you're in business development and you are traveling a lot and you have very little downtime in between the traveling, it's super important for the traveler. I have been there. I have embarked on that journey. And for someone to think about the traveler specifically, and I'm hoping that even the other luggage companies catch on to this when they're with the luggage that they're creating, so that they can put the traveler in mind a little bit more. Instead of maybe the airline design first, right? They think about the airline first before the traveler, or they think about what they want their design to look like, so that what they want their brand to, the lines to look like versus what would be practical and luxury for a female or a male that was traveling, right? Ease of, obviously back in the day when they had the luggage with no rolling, wheels and all the different integrations that we've been through and phases that we've been through, you can definitely tell that luggage has really stepped it up lately. And it's just, to me, that the durability of it too, right? So this is like really durable luggage. And airlines are not careful with your luggage these days. So not only do you look good walking through the airport with your luggage, it's easy, it's practical, it's interchangeable. It's pretty much every woman's dream for travel luggage. Am I right, Patty?
I would say
and Jesse's like, well, yeah, I designed it that way.
Like, for sure.
Colleen, I don't know if you know this, but there was a window of time where I helped people organize as a professional organizer. And this is very much because when you're traveling for business, you don't have time to think. And if somebody, if you ladies have laid it all out, that there's these little cubes and it's so easily, works together. It's just answer.
And I think like a business travel becomes a better experience when someone like Ameti has thought about like all those little things and help you figure out like how are you gonna eat healthy, how are you gonna network, how are you gonna organize your packing, how are you gonna have your luggage like easy to travel with and not lightweight and not and all of those little details. Like I remember that when I was a big traveler, I was feeling kind of a lonely business traveler, and I am sure there's a lot of women who feel very lonely. And one of those things that made me feel better and cozier when I was doing my travels was really this idea that I had all those little things that I cared for and that was organized. Organization kind of makes you feel in a safer environment.
Yeah. And I think it also puts you in the right mind, right? Because if it's one last thing you have to worry about, and I don't know about you, but when I'm organized and I feel like I have everything together, you have this confidence level, this mindset of, okay, I'm ready to be here, be present and be here for this trip and be here to grow this business or whatever it is that I'm doing. You just feel a little bit more in control. And I love what Patty is saying. She's talking about powerhouse women coming together and finding a need and running with, which is setting us all up for success, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I want to touch on community a little bit more because that's what Lead Up for Women is about, community. And that's why we bring these powerful women together to share their message and their tools and their resources of what they're doing, because there's so many women across the country, across the globe. You're in Spain, Jesse, and there's so many women across the globe that are doing some phenomenal things and trailblazing and being pioneers in their industries. And we want to make sure that we give them a voice. And that's why we have the radio show. That's why we have the community of Lead Up for Women, so that we can promote you and share your message with other women that are out there looking for this type of luggage and doesn't even know it exists, and give her an easier life, an easier transition in traveling, also giving her another community that she can tap into, which would be that travel community. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining us today and having these conversations with us. Do you have any promotions that you have going on right now? I know that if anyone goes to your website, should they email you, or is there a promo code for Lead Up that they can use to get a 20% discount?
They can email us.
Okay.
Definitely.
And is that info@ameti?
It's sorry, Tessa, you got that?
Yeah, I was going to say it's we@ameti.us. They can email us. We have a code set up for Lead Up, and we can also help them with any questions they have about their travel.
Great. Wonderful. So that's an awesome promotion for you guys. If you wanted to reach out and go look at their luggage, I love their luggage. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is built for women for sure. I know Patty's going to be going on to their website.
Absolutely.
As soon as we get off the phone here.
I want to say thank you for connecting the community too, and letting and allowing women to feel safe. This is a product that will help do that. So
yeah. Absolutely. So that they don't have to sit, and I think safety is a huge piece. They don't have to eat alone. They don't have to, the other thing is, what makes an experience better, than when someone tells you, oh my gosh, you're going to Chicago. Let me tell you the top 5 things you need to do in Chicago while you're there. Right. And then you're like, oh, I'd never even thought about that, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do these things. And then here's another person that you can meet up with and go to dinner with, or, hang out with and go do some of these fun things with, and just create another friend in another state. We're all women. We're all out there doing our thing that we do. And so why not lift each other, promote each other, protect each other, because we're a lot stronger when we're in community, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, ladies, so much. And you can find their ads. They're in our Lead Up for Women magazine. For any of you that hasn't gotten a copy of the Lead Up for Women magazine, all you have to do is pop on over to our website, leadupforwomen.com, and it'll be on the very front homepage. You can just put your information in, and we'll give you a free digital download of the magazine. And that's it. There's no promotion needed. We'll just give you the free digital download, and you can see our latest issue that had Dee Dee Wong on the front, and Ameti is also in there. They have a full page ad, and it's absolutely beautiful with all their luggage. And like I said, if you are not connected with us, get connected on our newsletter from the homepage as well, and you'll be able to stay up on top of all that Ameti has going on, and their promotions and where they're going to be, and any events that they're having as well. And that brings me to my next piece. We have sanctuaries that are going on across the United States. And for those of you that haven't already signed up, I get emails in my inbox every day for applications. It's an application process. And the reason why it's an application is because this is a very elite sanctuary for women. And I want to ensure through the questions process, it takes maybe 5 minutes to fill it out, that the women that are attending are the women that are truly going to get the value of this event. This is a 4-day event held at 5 different mansions across the United States. So in different regions, we're doing upstate New York, we're doing Atlanta, Georgia, we're doing Scottsdale coming up here in Arizona on the 6th through the 9th. We're going to be in Dallas, Texas, Columbus, Ohio. And the reason we're doing these is because last year we did our luncheons and we really kind of scratched the surface on those luncheons of women really showing up. And that's what I'm about. You know, I want to give you the opportunity to show up as you every day in every way possible, authentically, so that you can just purely live the life that you desire. And in doing that, we have workshops that are set up with facilitators. This is about transformation. This is about being a different person when you leave than the person that you came. It's giving you the opportunities to be able to level up in your business in 2020, be able to connect. 4 days. Can you imagine us hanging out for 4 days, how tight and connected our community would be? It's insane. So you're going to walk out with clients. You're going to walk out with brand new friends. We're going to do a 4-week accountability coaching after, because I know we all like enjoy ourselves. And then we walk away from a seminar or an event, and then maybe we don't put things into motion, but we're all going to hold each other accountable. We're doing what we say we're going to do. We're going to be giving back to the community and going to women's shelters when we're at the event. I'm just super excited. I've had this one planned. All the gifts come to me every day that I've been ordering for everyone. They're special gifts. We have Chef V, the Paleo Boss Lady. She's our personal chef at every single event. I can't say enough about it. And that's just one of the things that we're doing this year. By the way, we have Lead Up lightning rounds twice a month for all of our members. We have Teaching Tuesdays. So if you're a member of Lead Up for Women, please let me know and sign up for one of your Teaching Tuesday opportunities. And you get to come and host a webinar and teach our community. So again, just like you ladies that are bringing community together, Patty, you're bringing people together through your content creation show and helping them through the lens. Yep. Jesse and Tessa are bringing a community together for women travelers, and I'm bringing community together for women who are really trying to get their voice out there, of giving them a platform to share their voice and to promote their products, and that we can help women every day just lean into who they are and show up as them unapologetically, I say, because I'm not going to apologize for showing up who I am today, right? So Jesse, you may show up as the happiest person in about 2.5 weeks, or you might show up as the tiredest person in 2.5 weeks and not want to talk to anyone. That's your choice, right? When you have that baby. So we all want to congratulate Jesse on having the baby. Ladies, thank you for joining me. Tiffany's already off the phone, but Tiffany, I'd like to thank you again with Empower Cocktails. What a wonderful opportunity to pioneer and close the gap in that industry, especially when it's saturated and just taking it, you know, and just running with it. So thank you for that. And I want to remind all of our listeners, you're the only you that's ever been. You're the only you that will ever be. So how you pioneer your life and your future and write your stories up to you. So why not be strong and be you and just lean into who you are and show up every day, right? Beautiful. That's all you've got. All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. For all of our listeners, next week is going to be an amazing show. I have Patty joining me again next week. Patty, I also have Emily Herrera. She's an international retreat leader, certified yoga instructor. She is a life coach. She's amazing. And then we have Mikko Schaefer. And what I love about Mikko is she lives in Israel, and she's a mother of, I think, 8. And an author of Learn How to Read Hebrew in 6 Weeks. Her story is incredible. So I hope you all join me for that as well. And that will be next week on Wednesday. You guys all have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
All clear.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. You ladies have a great day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the show is over, and then I'm going to go ahead and end our Facebook Live.